Viewer discretion is advised.
I promise I have technology in the bag today, guys. We've got it figured out. I think we have it figured out, question mark. I feel like everything's a go. Maybe it isn't, maybe it is, but I feel like we're okay. Happy Thursday, guys. You are listening and or watching PWNCAST. This is episode 25, or 205, I'm sorry. Fuck, guys. That's the kind of evening it's gonna be already. Shit. We are in patch 7.3.5. Guys, I'm going to be really honest. I don't know what we're talking about tonight because I can't remember what I put in the show notes. Just kidding. We have a lot to talk about, mostly because there's little stuff that's kind of good for conversation and a lot of discussion to be had, but not a whole lot of news. We're going to be talking about a special family-themed, Family Guy, World of Warcraft-themed Family Guy episode is happening, and it is not April Fool's, guys. And I can read your lips, Rem. I read your lips. Some BFA additions that I think are interesting that we would like to talk about. Rem's going to hit us up with that lore. I can't pronounce half of the things he put in his show notes for the lore, so I'm not even going to bother giving you guys a summary of what that's going to be. We have that and our lovely guest as well. We have that and much, much more, so make sure you guys stay right here.
You have crossed into the world of the dead in search of answers.
Amongst the Azeroth elite, there are those who defy convention, the proud who laugh in the face of trolls and never flinch, the few who strive on unity, trust, and unwavering resolve, they who eat tacos. For the players, by the players, we bring you She Can Start a Revolt with a Chaos Bolt, Bell the PWNCAST Vanguard. Through light and darkness, he commands the void, Remedies the Sage Lore Master. We bow to no one. We are Legion. We are PWNCAST.
Are we PWNCAST? I feel like we are. We're PWNCAST +1. Yeah?
Burgundy?
I should have left you muted. I'm so happy to have another female to just help me not be so... I don't even have the word. I feel like there's an appropriate GIF for that, but I can't really find one right now. Welcome back. If you are new to PWNCAST, my name is Belle, and with me, as always, is my co-host with the... I don't have one this week. I'm just gonna have to...
I am disappointed.
The co-host with the disappointment most, Remedies. Also, joining us tonight is one of my favorite koalas in all of the land, the very, very classy, the very, very accented? Question mark?
Okay.
'Cause accents make everything better. We know this, but Miss Leeta from WoW Challenges.
The accents on the letters or the way they
like,
talk?
She does like 50 different things, right? Herder of cats.
All of that, yes. Hello.
When you're working with Stone, you're herding cats. I'm with you. So, like, him and I are very similar, and I feel like Rem probably feels like he's herding cats as well. Is that accurate, Rem? Are you?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Nice.
It's tough to be us.
It's super fun when we're questing together because, oh, it's a joy.
Well, it's always fun to see you guys. So thank you for having me on. Hi, chat room. Hi, guys.
It's in the middle of your day, and I'm jealous.
I know.
You're on vacation now, right?
I've got a 4-day long weekend. So yay, no work. So there'll be gaming, podcasting, movie watching, baking, rinse and repeat. Pretty much.
Tacos in there anywhere?
Maybe.
Wine?
See.
Maybe? Question mark?
No, coffee.
Oh. Maybe
Much
coffee and wine together?
I can't do wine. Can't do
Maybe
wine.
not
Just
coffee and wine, coffee and Bailey's, not
well,
wine.
Bailey's
Yeah.
is expensive, and I'm on a budget.
Okay,
Like,
just put whiskey in there then.
It's BlizzCon announcement season. My car internally combusted, and I might have to like legitimately put my husband out on the corner to make sure that I can make everything I need happen on its timeline.
That's what he's there for.
And he's
I
a
mean,
good-looking redhead, so I feel, I feel
in
like it's a good
sickness and
thing.
health, in those vows, they mean
Yeah.
so much, right?
For
so
better or worse, and this is,
that's right.
I agree. See,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
her
totally
logic is
understand.
just so on par with what I need.
All bad.
I just need her to make it okay for me to make bad choices. You are going to be excellent at BlizzCon because,
We will
you know,
have fun.
bad choices are my specialty. And
Good, nice.
Well, I think mine are a little higher.
we could, yeah, I'm going to agree with you there. I'm going to agree. So let's get some of the quick news out of the way so that we can talk all of the nerdy things with Miss Leeta. Time Walking Dungeons is coming for not March 27th's reset, but rather April 3rd. God, guys, I'm just failing at everything lately. Like, it's just a big fail, and you guys all had to hear me now. Type, yeah. It just, I don't know what to say, guys. I can't apologize any more for myself than I already have. So for April 3rd, Tuesday's reset, Time Walking Dungeons is going to be your weekly event. The PvP brawl is one of my personal favorites, which is Arathi Blizzard. Make sure you study your map if you've never done this one, because sometimes Lumber Mill's a little hard to find.
And somehow Belle ends up at Lighthouse somehow,
Nice.
even though that's a different
Look.
battleground.
Lumber Mill was hiding, and I thought I was at Lumber Mill, and it turns out I was not at Lumber Mill. It was embarrassing. People made fun of me. They laughed at me. They shamed me in chat and told me that I needed to get good. And I believe the quote was, "You're garbage." Maybe that was Raid yesterday. Okay, I might be confused about which one it actually was.
Wasn't me.
Interesting. I don't remember. Also, we talked very briefly about Dark Moon Fair, which is going to start April 1st. I talked about it last week when I meant to talk about it this week. Just want to give you guys a little refresher. Go in and take advantage of the rep, the experience, bonuses for if you're leveling alts, if you need the reputation to still unlock some of your allied races or flying or whatever you might be doing.
Or get your dirigible.
What?
The dirigible.
Oh, the blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. That thing.
Leeta, how do you say that mount? I'm interested to know how that sounds with an accent.
The which one?
The Dark Moon dirigible.
Dark Moon dirigible.
I'm the
I'm
only
still
one that
trying to
can't
get
say
that.
it right.
Yeah. It's one of those things. Why can we not have tickets account wide? Like, seriously, I would have
I
done
agree
it
with that.
months ago. I have
I
that
agree.
many tickets, but they're all spread out. Blizz,
I
come
think
on.
Blizzard's idea is that, we do everything on just one character, which may have been true, in the good old days of all my people from Vanilla who had to walk to and from, their questing spot with no shoes in the snow 20
Who's
miles
played Vanilla?
every
Don't
day.
worry, they'll tell you.
But I feel like it was probably less easy back then to alt, so maybe they just that's their assumption. But I mean, we're a different breed now. The alts are just aplenty.
In
I do agree.
abundance.
I think there should be.
Wow.
I think things like Dark Moon Fair and stuff like that should be. It should all just be account. It doesn't make much sense. What does it matter if Belle has 500 of whatever and then.
And honestly, you can't really farm it in excess where the point where it's gonna hurt the economy or inflate anything. So there's really no reason not to have it.
Because you can only do so many quests
Mm-hmm.
per character to get 5 or 10 or 3 tickets. So, if that's what you're doing, it's like, well, I could just get it a little bit faster.
Yep.
That would be cool for
And
amount.
if they're trying to stop people from, inflating things because it's available everywhere because everybody can easily get it. I mean, I feel like there's some instances where something should be difficult to attain, where you should put in a lot of work for it. And I fully have always agreed with working for what but this holiday stuff, it feels to me like I squirrel, so if it's super bunch of steps every day you have to do to get a certain thing and do a certain thing, it took me almost 4 years to get my What a Long Strange Trip because I squirrel. So, which
Wow.
that
Cool.
I understand why they do that. There was definitely no complaints there. Like I had a blast actually doing all of them except for the Children's Week one because that was really hurtful.
Yes.
It's still really painful to think about my poor.
Let's teach you about parenthood by taking little kids into.
Yeah, like I'm just going to
Warzone.
eat in front of you even though I know you've probably been starving, and I'm going to take you into a battleground where I'm supposed to keep you safe, but I'm going to, you know, we're going to take you in to where the danger is, and I'm going to completely break your trust altogether. So I'm going to do all the things that I should do as a foster parent.
Would that be called a danger zone then?
So negative ghostwriter, the pattern is full. An archer. So yeah, I think it's I agree with you. I think there should be some things, and I'm hoping that they'll kind of go in that direction. You know, when it comes to BFA, I think there should be a difference. I think the other thing that bothers me is, correct me if I'm wrong, but the mount collections, if you have, does all the mounts on all, like, because some of them are horde side, I don't know that those count towards your total, do they? I've always wondered. So like on my alliance
I think
tune,
not, because you
Depends
have
who you
one
hop on.
and it gives you the other, so they probably count as the same.
the same. Oh,
Yeah.
Maybe.
If you've got Horde and Alliance mounts, yes. But if you've got a specific like Warlock, Paladin, DK, I think, then I don't think, then it has a different level. It's weird. I don't know.
I do agree, Tal, I do agree with you, because one of my frustrations with Argus is I did all the things on Bell, and I bought the rune for having, you know, you get the rep, you buy the rune, and that way you have infinite rune until it's useless come BFA, but at least I had it for a little while. Then I go on Reckon Bell. My assumption was that it was account bound, or like account wide in that regard. So I go to the vendor thinking I'm going to happily buy this for my monk, and then I found out it was a lie, that I had to do the rep on the monk.
Well,
And I
no,
thought,
it wasn't a lie, because it never said, "Hey, you can go."
yes,
get it.
but
So
this is one of those moments where
that's not
the expected
news.
behavior, because it was logical, was not what the end result was, right? So the expected behavior
Yeah,
was
on that note, if they're gonna make the whistle account wide, then
right.
the rune should be able to.
That's what I'm saying. Like my thought process, I was like,
Well, I didn't say it
I'm
didn't
gonna
make
do it.
sense. I just said.
And I
this
was
is a
even,
lie.
they didn't even need to make it account bound, like the item itself. I'm willing to pay the gold on every character that I want to have it. Like, I don't have a problem with that, but I feel like now I got to do all this rep stuff, and I shouldn't really have to, because things like that feel like they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
I'm all for working hard. I'm not lazy, but I think quality of life improvements when it comes to some things.
Nowadays, because time's the big thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we're older. Let's just say older. Time, the body is, well, my body is slower. So me playing,
So is my brain. That's what you're right. We're older. Like, all the things are older.
That's right. But me playing till 2 o'clock in the morning when I've got a full day of work, when I first started playing, that doesn't happen.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
go to bed at 9
10
o'clock.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But on that note, there is an undisclosed game that when you get capped on the rep, your alts get a bonus. So maybe that could be some alleviation for that. Like all your alts get 100% increase, or even 50% increase on the rep. So it's not like 100% tedious.
I agree. I do agree. I think they should just put us in charge. Oh, shoot. Guys, I apologize. I haven't changed my alarm for the show because the time changed for everyone else, but it didn't change for me. So I had to adjust the show time for myself to keep it the same time for everyone else. It's a little tough to get used to. And then on that note, the Noble Garden starts April 2nd.
After Easter.
What? Yeah, it starts after.
Not during, 'cause that makes
You do need this for What a Long Strange Trip. I do enjoy bunny farming. It's
Whoa.
one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
I do enjoy going and pissing off people because let me tell you why. Now, I know this is going to sound really mean because Belle's super nice in game, right? Like, I don't like trolls when it comes to stuff like that. I don't like that kind of thing. However, my favorite is the people that farm in a little corner where they know several of the little rabbits spawn.
Oh, yeah, you have like 3 or 4 in the same area. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they get mad when somebody runs up and grabs a bunny while they're sitting at that farm spot because that specific farm spot says only mine. When I tried to do that, that was not allowed. People had a huge, like the very first time I ever did it. So I like to just hang out around the building and just randomly hop down because, you know, we can fly, especially at that spot in Goldshire. And I just like to hang out on the roof. And then I see the bunny spawn and I drop down so they can't click it. Yeah, I'm kind of mean. But
Nice.
the, where is it the Exodar that also has the bunnies? Is my memory correct there?
Sure.
Yeah.
So the Exodar, in my opinion, depending on the server, is one of the most lucrative places to farm those bunnies because there's typically less traffic because Goldshire, usually regardless of the server, that's kind of the happening place where everybody goes and wants to duel each other and, you know, the RP stuff that occurs there and, you know, occasional other weird things that do happen in Goldshire that I've witnessed between a human and a wolf. But we're not going to talk about that today. That's for another episode of the weird shit.
Well, I did all my farming for the achievement in Razor Hill, so I was fine.
Yeah, I did mine at the Exodar, if memory serves me correctly. And although there was a couple people there, there wasn't that many. So we kind of each just took like a little section and was able to get what we needed. So I do recommend just finding the sweet spot on your server. Every server's different, but
Well, typically Exodar is going to be a good bet because unless people actually need it and they're trying hard to get it, they won't.
Where do you go, Leeta?
I play this little game where I time myself, so it doesn't matter whether I go to Brill, Razor Hill, or over in Mulgore. I play a game to see how fast I can get around all the eggs and time myself to see if I can do it fast and then go faster and faster to see if I can, you know. So that's my craziness.
How many times do you like pound on the desk?
Over eggs?
Just,
listen, I can't do a thing that I'm trying to do. I get frustrated. And I'm like angry beaver pounding. So if she's trying to beat her own times, I can only imagine. Like if that's me, I'm going to get pissed off if I can't do the thing.
Well, I keybind everything. So I set up the key on the mouse. Everything's keybind with the basket. And I just go. And I've now got a super fast mouse. So this is going to be interesting this year. But I'm totally timing myself to see how fast I can do it. So
what mouse do you have? Off topic.
I bought a Logitech G502.
It's not a Razer, so we could be friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. I decided not on a Naga this time. So it's going good. So yeah, that's my fun craziness that I do at Noble God. I love it. It's great. Yeah.
I like eating all the chocolates. For no reason. I don't have a reason.
Yeah.
It doesn't give me any benefit. I've already got the achievement for eating X amount of chocolates in X amount of time and all that. It doesn't do me any benefit. I just really like sitting there stuffing my face.
What you could do then is time how quickly you can eat chocolate IRL and in game.
Love it.
I feel like the season of...
You just muted yourself.
I clicked the button to unmute. And it didn't unmute. I feel like the season for BlizzCon is not the time to stray from your path. Like, I'm on a really good path of, you know, like, where I want to be visually.
Well, I dipped down a little bit. I bought a big box of Girl Scout cookies last month. So
nice.
That's a lot of Girl Scout cookies.
It was a little bit.
It's been nice with Ella's daughter not being a Girl Scout anymore because I save a ton of money.
Yeah, I had to go to a different dealer.
He gets suckered by the Girl Scouts all the time. They get him going in the store, coming out of the store. I mean, he just is a sucker.
They attack me, okay?
They're the only ones in the entire world that's relentless when it comes to purchases not online, right? The whole world is acclimated to this online purchase, this e-commerce type of situation. Like we used to have, what was it back in the day, the door-to-door salesman? Was it Amway? What, is that who it is? Is that they're like national and they went door-to-door and they sold stuff and they went and chippity-chopped in your living room and...
Yeah, what Ella said, they do it online. You just have the code for that Girl Scout and you can... That's what I did. I bought a whole...
But it's the only, like, organization that's still, like...
But they're doing it online.
But they're not pushing online. They still
Actually,
have
they are.
all the... Listen, I see a fucking Girl Scout at every single grocery store in my tiny town. They are not pushing online more than they are these girls going out and selling. That is my point, Mr. I know everything about everything.
I know everything. It's more just I experienced a different scenario.
Do you get emails about buying Girl Scout cookies online in your emails?
No, but
okay, then they're not pushing online until you start
one
getting
of the customers
spam.
gave me a code for the online instead of buying it right there. See?
One tiny customer in this entire world of all the people and all of the houses and all of the bug joints does not make a push for e-commerce.
I'm just saying they're going towards it. Okay. Moving on.
He completely ruined my point.
I had a valid argument and you're upset. It's okay.
I also don't buy from Lazy Girl Scouts, so there's that. I just want to throw that out there and let you know.
What about early smart ones that, like, the one that stood outside of the medicinal clinic?
That would have been my, like... You cannot fault her for that business sense. That is just genius marketing, because that's what I would have done. But if a Girl Scout is not into her situation and she's not putting in the effort, I'm not going to give her money.
Do they have Girl Scouts out in Australia? Or
I haven't
equivalent?
seen them for a while. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure we still got them around, but I haven't seen them for years.
Are they called Girl Scouts or?
Yeah, I think it's Scouts Australia is the branch.
Oh, okay.
So.
The Girl Scouts Outback.
Oh,
maybe. Don't know. But yeah, it's been ages since I've seen any.
Sometimes he says stuff and it's really funny and it's on the mark, and other times he just makes me want to punch him. And I'm gonna get to do that next week, and I'm so excited because every time he makes me mad, I get to just get my revenge.
I've got a tally list
down the street, so
for stones. Slap. I don't know if you can see it, but that's my tally list anyway.
Is that how many, like, slaps you owe him at BlizzCon?
Yep. Everyone's like, no.
Why is it only one page?
Right.
Well, we're only because I'm doing Roman, I'm doing the...
She's being efficient.
Four, and then cross, four.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Well, the good news is, I'm sure at BlizzCon I'll probably give you a reason to add me to your tally list. I'm sure that'll be a thing somewhere. That was super funny. So go do your Noble Garden things now that we went from Noble Garden to Girl Scout cookies to a very heated argument. Yes, Ewok, I do know cookies. You want to know why I know cookies? Because Girl Scout cookies were my life for a very long time. Like, very long time. So I do know. All cookies, really. I'm not, I'm not cookieist. I like all of them. I don't like a lot of coconut, though. Coconut's kind of weird in cookies.
Whoa, caramel delights are made. We're going to get off track. Go.
He has a problem. I think we might want to put him in, like, Girl Scout Anonymous or something. If you pull a box of cookies out from over there, like... Oh, no. This is why we can't have nice things. I can't even talk anything because I have bags of chips stuffed in every drawer. So, like, there's a different type of chip in every drawer, and I don't ever finish a whole bag, so I can't really say anything. All right, quick news items. The MDI, your Mythic Dungeon Invitational, the time trials, began, I believe, yesterday or Tuesday, maybe. I'm not really sure the date that
it had to have been earlier because I saw all the rankings like Wednesday.
Yeah, so I'm thinking it started on
Wait,
Tuesday.
that was-
I barely saw the post yesterday. Teams will basically have 1 week to be like greased lightning and, you know, try to get the fastest in so that they can do stuff. Blizzard is tracking. They have a ladder. Wowhead's posting. I don't really care a whole lot. I should because...
In that case, never mind. I was going to say something, but...
Well, I mean, I should care because I Method as a team, but I don't... It's not the same as PvP to me. So I care because I want people to watch it so that we can support esports in any fashion. But it's not... You know, I don't really have a particular dog in the fight. Do you guys have favorite teams?
Not favorite teams, but I've been paying attention to the different... what's the word? All the different teams in terms of their makeup.
Comp?
And... Not only comp, because it's not like a comp against anything but the PvE. It's more just their team makeup.
Is a team makeup
The
not
team
a
roster.
composition of people put together in a strategic
Well,
manner?
when I think of comp, I think of you're going up against each other. Kind of, I don't know.
They
Anyways,
kind of are by proxy? Question mark.
the teams, the rosters, and the classes are are ugly because there's no shamans, there's no priests. There's
no Shadow Priest?
No, not at all.
Interesting.
Not even Holy Priest, Disc Priest. It's either a Holy Paladin or no healer, actually.
Interesting.
Wow.
There's some comps where it's... God damn it! You got it in my brain now. Anyways, there's like a DK.
Weird how I was right the first time. You just didn't want to admit it, you selfish bastard!
There's one team where it was a DK and then 3 Windwalker monks. And they hold the 1 and 3 spots in the time trial thing. And then the other team, I believe it was a Blood DK, a Holy Paladin, and then 2 monks and a rogue. And they hold the 2 and 4. And everything else is kind of like mixed match of the same thing. It's kind of depressing, honestly. There's not a lot of differences in the teams.
Well, it's kind of similar to comps and PvP. There isn't a lot of differences in the makeup of the teams, especially when we get closer and closer to, you know, the end game content, because there's, I mean, I feel like there's a reason for that. I don't know what it is for a mythic level. Are destruction any good? Probably not.
No, there's not any warlocks at all either.
No
Not even
affliction?
No, it's straight like rogue, monk, and a bunch of other stuff.
I can understand monks because monks are OP.
But you know, there should be a lot more variance in it because a lot of classes have the same kind of set to bring to the dungeon.
Utility and tools. So that means Blizzard needs to address the overall issue and find out why all the makeups, makeup equals cover girl, that was amazing, all the makeups and comps, or whatever word you want to call it as far as the team goes. I mean, if Blizzard's keen to make tanks and PvP a thing, then they should be keen to make all classes and specs viable for the MDI. There's definitely probably more there than maybe a lot of people realize, and maybe something that Blizzard needs to address moving forward, if which they kind of are already with BFA, right? They're giving us back a lot of our utility. They're unpruning a lot of classes that they took stuff from. So I think that this probably just showcases that Blizzard's on the right track with some of the reverts that they're doing in BFA to, you know, make each class unique and have a special thing to bring. You know, there's always going to be the favorites, I guess, right? There's always going to be the...
So based on the changes, because like I said, I saw it really early on. And so as of right now, it's actually a little more spread out, but it's either going to be a Blood Death Knight. Healers is either going to be a Holy Paladin or a Druid, and that's it. It's either that or no healers. And then rogues, oh, there are some warlocks, mostly monks and rogues.
Well, me and Leeta are warlocks, so we don't give a damn about anybody else.
Pretty much. Exactly.
Oh, you guys play Affliction? That's cool.
I can't imagine ever in my life. Like, I try to picture sometimes that moment where my brain says it's time to change specs, and then I also imagine in that same moment that I fucking burst into flames and just melt to the ground. So
yeah, I feel you there. I feel you. Exactly.
Well, it's okay. I'm already your affliction, so it's okay.
Herpes?
No.
It's not always fun, guys. I just want to let you know. It's not always fun. Sometimes the cure is worse than the disease. You get what I'm saying? I'm kidding, guys. Just kidding. And not everybody is happy in herpes commercials, okay? In real life, that shit's not everybody kayaking on a fucking river and making s'mores by a lakeside and a couple, like, lovingly embracing in front of the ocean. That's not really what's happening. Really, she's pissed off. He gave her the herpes and they're choking each other. That's really more accurate of the truth, guys. Just wanted to bring some reality. I just want you guys to know what is real and what isn't real, because I feel like TV doesn't help us.
No.
Speaking of TV, yours truly, and when I say yours truly, I mean PWNCAST, we posted a thing about Family Guy. Hero, aka Ewok, who is one of the Facebook admins for PWNCAST, he sent me a link, right? I'm in the morning. It's like I'm going to the bathroom and I'm like, shit, let's get this on there right now. So I post it. We posted this link actually before anybody else did. We posted it before Blizzard posted it. Like, that's how quickly one of us seen it and had it posted up there. So it is correct, because people have been questioning the validity. I had to think about that. Here is the image if you guys have not seen it. So the Family Guy on Sunday, which the time's right there. It's going to be on Fox, so wherever, you know, you get your Fox channel from, or however you watch Family Guy, wherever you're at, is going to be a Warcraft themed episode. I don't know if it's an hour or a half hour yet. I should really go check my DVR because I think I have it on record. But
how much did they pay for that?
For the use of World of Warcraft?
No, vice versa. How much did they pay to get Warcraft into the show? Because they're really late to the game. South Park did it forever ago.
Well, I think that we could probably agree that it was definitely a PR move on, on Blizzard's part, for sure.
Because Family Guy's dying.
But Stewie in World of Warcraft, that's like...
They have it backwards, though. Stewie is evil. So.
But that's like the best genetic makeup ever for all the happiness in one. The only way it could get any better is if it was World of Warcraft and American Dad. Like, I think that's the only way it could get any better.
That's going backwards.
Why I love American Dad. So yeah, watch it. If you don't watch it, I'm sure you guys could steal it off the internet after it's been posted, because we don't like to pay for stuff because we're an entitled generation who likes free stuff. I'm the same, so I'm not judging.
I want to say,
yeah, like I'm totally not judging. It doesn't hurt my feelings that I watch pirated. Do you watch pirated movies, Leeta?
Don't answer that question.
Is the police going to come to my door? The fucking FBI is watching the one of 3,000 podcasts and shit that's going on Twitch right now. We're the one that they're going to pay attention to.
I mean, they'll know if you post on Facebook.
Yeah, that's true. Facebook's... You're right. Facebook's in a big invasion of privacy. So I've been seeing these... Off topic, but I've been seeing these posts where people, like my older sister, she was talking about this thing and then it showed up on her feed in an ad. And she was talking about it like a verbal conversation.
Oh. Oh.
So
there is speculation that they are using your microphones on your phone.
Here's the thing, there isn't speculation. It's in the terms of service.
But
they are.
I know that, but
But there isn't speculation. They stated that they were. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Have you read the terms of service, Rem?
I never read the TOS. Hello.
I don't either. So when this first came about, my brother was all in this tirade about how he's not going to download Messenger and Facebook and fuck all this, and he was like really upset. And I'm like, dude, what's going on? He's like, Facebook is listening to us. This was like 2 or 3 years ago. And I'm like, well, if they're listening to my house, like, I hope I'm entertaining, because... Like, I don't have secrets, so this isn't a privacy issue for me per se, because I don't really have privacy. So, I mean, at least at best, maybe they can offer me my own show. you know, my own reality show. But yeah, I did check in the terms of service. It does give Facebook permission. We 100% when we click accept give Facebook permission.
This is like that. I think it was a South Park episode where they just hit accept on the TOS and it gives them the rights to their body and all
right.
that. Right.
Now, it doesn't say in the terms of service that they can arbitrarily access your microphone, that it's only supposed to be used while it's in app. But what people don't realize about phones is just because
it's always in the background.
Just because you hit the home button doesn't mean that your Facebook isn't running in the background, which technically is bypassing the not running kind of law. So if you guys do weird shit in your private time, maybe don't open Facebook Messenger. Because that's another
interesting.
That's another little real life advice. Last week it was about feet. This week it's about,
so that's why Murky gets dildo advertisements all the time.
Yeah, that's, you know, just if you have something to hide, then you know, or if you value your privacy. I don't have privacy, so it doesn't.
It's 2018. There is no such thing as privacy.
It's just gonna get worse, guys. Just is what it is. We're gonna all have to move in with Leeta because her country seems to have shit figured out. So, I mean, no. Oh, well, damn. We're all going to have to go to fucking Switzerland or Sweden because both of those countries have it figured out. So we're going to have to all immigrate. Migrate?
I'm going to go Sweden.
I will agree with that.
Sweden's pretty cool.
Really nice people come from Sweden. Really, really nice people. Like some of the like genuinely overly nice people where you think they might be secret serial killers, but they're not. They're just really like, they're a people of, you know, friendship and love, and not, you know, whatever.
Us.
Yeah,
and they wear cool clothes, like hats and stuff, and it snows.
It's so pretty.
I love the snow.
We have a friend, and when we would be on, she would, you know, we would video with her while she'd be going to work, and she would just show the views of when it was snowing, and she would show like her view of the mountains while she was walking to work. And I'm just like, I'm in the wrong country for all of that.
Yeah.
I need to be where the snow...
People are?
That's why I like Storm Peaks. I need to be where the snow-capped mountains are.
I know.
I would pay so much money to see you shovel snow on the driveway. You'd be so pissed, and it'd be amazing.
I have a husband. Why would I be shoveling the snow? I'm confused.
That's why I'd pay you. I know Dark would do it. So
I do a lot of things, right? And I multitask, and I do a lot of things, and I don't have a problem giving myself kudos for that, but I don't do labor. Anything that's like manual labor? No.
So you don't do labor?
I'm not sweating for nobody, right? It's not happening. The only time I sweat is either when I walk from my front door to my car during the summertime in my state, or when I'm scrubbing my bathtub. Those are the only two times. Other than that, I'm not sweating. I can admit that though. Most women will not say that they wouldn't do laborious work because they don't want to be that girl, right? Oh, I'm that girl, 150%. But the good thing about it is my husband knows and understands this, and because of that, he doesn't expect that of me, which is good. Maybe.
That's why I'm stealing him.
Yeah, you can have him. I need a break, so we're good. Okay. I'm going to butcher this name, and I'm going to apologize in advance. Is it Zarev? Zrev?
I would say Zyrev or Zarev, yeah.
Zyrev has completed the world first achievement for getting every single achievement in-game. Apparently, this is a thing every expansion.
Wait, there's an achievement for getting all the achievements?
I don't know if it's an actual physical achievement or if it's just an accolade that they give people, but...
Well, none of this is physical. It's all virtual.
There was a joke in there, but my brain power is not going to be there to be able to do it. So this person, every single achievement... 3,314 achievements are possible. Think about that for just a second. Let that sink in. 3,314 achievements are possible.
I don't think I have half of that.
That's 29,000 or 25,265 or whatever. I don't know what that is. I think it's WoW had posted like 29,220 points. Total. You mean to tell me that this person did all of the PvE, all of the PvP, all of the pet battles, all of the professions? The exploration alone is enough to boggle the mind because I get lost in a dungeon. That is insane.
I think it's more impressive that, he's a high-rated PvP then, as well as clearing mythic content and raids.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
And I think that's really the biggest thing that people might not realize when that's being said is he had to do mythic level.
Mm-hmm.
And some of those achievements aren't available anymore. So, like, this is an old school...
Yeah, he's been playing a long time then.
...person. Leeta, he sounds, him or her, sounds like a perfect candidate for Iron Man.
Yeah, that would be, I mean...
Because they've got all the achievements. They have nothing but time, right? Now's the time to recruit.
Exactly. Exactly. And they're probably a grinder. Well, okay, let's think about it.
Did you say they're a grinder?
They're grind. Yeah. Well, I call them grinders. So like bloodthirsty.
Isn't that an app?
Right? Yeah. There's many connotations. But
just want to make sure we're talking about the right thing.
Yeah. Grinding through the achievements, getting all these achievements. I think that they would, whether they do an Iron Man or whether they just go purely with bloodthirsty, because that would just be like kill everything just to get from 1 to 110, or even pacifist. Pacifist people are crazy. Sorry guys in the chat room, but you are. And
so I thought, so are pacifists is the easier of the two, or the easier of them, or no? It's the opposite.
It would be, if I was gonna do pacifist, I think I'd rather poke my eye out with a rusty nail. You can't kill anything. You cannot kill anything. You got to go pick herbs and mine.
Oh,
and
wait,
not
what?
Stab.
Yeah, you can't even kill NPCs.
Can't kill anything. You have to have
Then
zero.
What fucking mentally unhinged person could even do that for 20 minutes, let alone enough to or do you have people that have maxed out with that? Besides Johnny, right? Johnny and Double Agent, he's a whole other breed. I know how he's able to do his things.
He did kill. Yeah, he did kill stuff.
On the island, right?
Yeah, so Double Agent was different because it was but along a similar kind of vein. But Pacifist is purely no killing. Yeah, so again, and they can quest, but there's quests around that give you kills. So, okay, we're talking about Dark Moon Fair before. So, you know when you go and thump the knoll, whack a knoll?
That counts as a kill?
That counts as a kill. So for a pacifist, they cannot do that. The things like chests, when you open a chest, they count as quests. So a bloodthirsty can't get a chest because... So there's all, there's all these little things that within the challenges that make it, So maybe I should talk to him. I bet it's going to be male. I'm going to be like stereotypical here and assume it's going to be male, but maybe Stone and I should, get in contact with him and be like, hey, if you want a real challenge, how about come over and try some of these ones? See what he says.
I would be interested and even am willing to help facilitate, like reaching out. Not reach around, guys. Don't make this weird. I see some of you being weird right now. I feel it in my bones. We don't got to make it weird. I would love to see if that is something that's up their alley.
Belle.
What?
That's common decency.
Leeta, I suddenly have an opening for a co-host spot. Are you interested?
She said the same thing to Stone. Okay.
Are you interested in, possibly maybe taking on another...
Taking on another one.
Yeah.
If I didn't work Fridays, sure. If we could just like do a...
Well, the show's on Thursday. It's okay. See?
Well, it's her Friday though.
I know that's
That's too funny. I'm dying inside about that. Yeah, I think we should encourage this person. Kudos, man. Hats off to you. You know, I'm
amazing.
lucky. Like, what are your guys' achievement points?
Oh, I
8610. I have 8,610 to his.
I'm gonna look up mine right now. Hold on, is this person EU or?
I don't know. That's what I wondered, because I'm sure last time it was EU that got.
It says he's on the English.
He's on the English, huh?
Shut. It says the URL is the ENGB instead of US. I don't know what GB is.
Great Britain.
That's what I was thinking.
Doesn't show.
I would think. Yeah.
I thought that was, even if it's Great Britain, it'd show EU.
I don't think so.
I think they break it, don't they? They break it from sort of Europe.
Wow, that's racist.
Great Britain.
I mean, it could be, but I'm looking.
Maybe?
Yeah, she's right, because on mine it says EN-US, so it is EU. It would have to be, because I'm American and mine says US, not GB. I would have thought it was good blowy, but apparently that's not what it stands for.
Are we doing total achievements?
Yeah, so like, yeah, your total achievement, points.
Okay, so showing just on Leeta, I've got just under 19,000.
What do you have, Rem?
8,600.
Okay, so I don't feel as bad now, because I have 11,250.
I don't do achievements.
Nice.
I
do. I love achievements.
I do randomly at the end of the expansions. I do. So you got almost 20. Wait, you have almost 20?
Yeah. Well, on Leeta. So obviously you've got achievements that are, because I know in game, I'm pretty sure I'm at either 20,000 because you've got account wide.
Right.
But when I look on the website, Leeta says she physically has just under 19,000. So
you're almost, like, you're literally 10,000 achievement points away from maxing out achievements.
Yeah, only 10,000.
Only 10.
When each achievement's like 10.
Yeah, but I don't raid. I don't PvP a lot. I get sidetracked really, really easily.
That's why we're friends, because the squirrel power is real.
Yeah. My pet battles is at 12%. So there's that.
Wow. So what is your guys' like lowest achievement little thing in this grid? Because mine is pet battles naturally, but next is reputation. You guys, clearly I don't like to grind reputation.
Oh, my next one would be professions.
Scenarios.
Interesting.
I thought PvP was going to be worse, but PvP's the second worst, but scenarios is my worst.
65% is what I am at for scenarios. Class Hall, 81%. I'm killing it with the Class Hall, guys.
Nice.
Draenor Garrison. You could tell I loved my Garrison because I'm at 65%.
I'm at 64% and I hated my Garrison. What does that say about you?
Well, I mean, I'm still smarter than you, so there's that. Wow. That's interesting. I don't know that I've ever actually looked at this little grid, because you know how they have this nice little achievement grid that they've redone.
Well, yeah, this grid is when they did the overhaul on it. So
I have 65 feats of strength. I don't know if that's a lot. Is that?
I have 55, and then Legacy's at 125.
I have 124. Yeah, so I guess that's. I was gonna brag, but I don't. It's clear I don't have bragging rights.
Technically, Legacy and Feats of Strength are the same thing, because most of the stuff in Legacy used to be in Feat of Strength, but it's not really a Feat of Strength to have massive arms from before they changed weapon skills.
I'm sorry, I'm trying really hard to follow what the fuck you just said, but it's. Hold on, I'm gonna do that again. You used way too many big words all together connected at the same time, and it was really hard.
I used a lot of small words.
Well, they sounded really big. Okay. Interesting. Well, that I do like to like. I went through and saw some of the easy little Legion ones that I could get done. Like I only have 2 more of the bosses to kill on Argus. You know, just the little quick ones that you're either almost done with or only require one little thing to just get them knocked out, because I feel like I'll be, you know, I'll feel good. I did Throne of Thunder the other day on the Monk, and I got a ton of achievements for just showing up, really.
Nice.
So that was good for me.
I mean, technically, yeah, because you just Jade Lightning, then you're good. So.
I was just like doing my little spinny kick just through the whole fucking dungeon. That's all I did was just my little spinny kick. It was pretty killer, actually.
Crane kick.
Nice.
Yeah, it's my spinning kick. Okay. People know what I mean when I say spinning kick. They obviously know I'm talking about the spinning crane kick. Right? Do people know that? People, do you know that?
Yeah.
See? Leeta knows it, and she's the
I
people.
did.
She's the people.
As the people. That's right. So I've got 161 legacy and 94 feats of strength.
Ooh.
So
You're killing it.
So I'm getting there.
Huh.
It's getting there. But yeah, there's some that I need to really work on. I'm really surprised that exploration, I'm only at 94%.
You should be at 100, because don't you have like a gajillion Iron Man tunes? That's like all exploration.
Some. I don't know why.
Probably because of the field photographer, all the selfie stuff.
Oh, yeah, that. Okay. Yeah, that would
And
be
you have treasures.
Well, and now that they've made
yeah.
the Pathfinder locked behind exploration for each, you know, expansion, it makes sense that that would be a pretty high amount, which is good.
Okay.
So we, well, we'll talk about that later, because we've been talking about lobbying to get some Iron Man achievements put in game, which we're going to talk about that when we talk about some Iron Man stuff, because Belle's going to have to go on a crusade campaign to make
well,
this
if
happen.
we're going to be lobbying, we should get the best lobbyists in the world, the guys that lobby for tobacco and pharmaceuticals. And
That was not a very good one, Rem. You're going to have to do better than that. I expect better. Like, that hurt. Physically. Physically affected me for you to give me that one.
like I said, I'm the affliction, so.
It's hit or miss, really, which is the same with me, so I understand.
Anyways, moving on.
And then PAX East, World of Warcraft. Of course, all the Blizzard games, I think, are being represented at PAX East, which is happening next week. They're going to have a developer deep dive into Island Expeditions, which it's going to be Friday, April 6th and Saturday, April 7th at 2 p.m. EDT, which is 11 PDT. Yep, question mark. Maybe. Is my time conversion correct?
Sure.
Okay, it sounds good.
Okay.
So with the deep dive, I think because it's PAX East, perhaps we'll see something we didn't know before in regards to Island Expeditions. I don't think we're going to see any announcements for World of Warcraft at PAX East, because I think the expectation is... what is the big thing that happens in September, October? Or
Gamescom?
Gamescom, thank you. I think the expectation is we'll probably be seeing some type of announcements happen. And then I know Overwatch probably is going to have something, which I don't normally talk about it, but something showed up in my feed about unclassified stuff being released April 5th. And I think that coincides with the dates that they have for PAX East, and then Heroes of the Storm has stuff coming out too. So definitely check out the streams for Blizzard and the stuff for PAX East if you are not attending. I don't know what PAX East is, and I'm going to be honest and state for the record, I have no clue what it is. I have no idea what it stands for. I don't know what they do at PAX East. I
don't remember what PAX means, but it's essentially a Gamescom. It's just a con for games. It's like that thing that goes on in Vegas for the cars.
One thing that goes on in Vegas, Lita's like, yeah, I don't know what PAX East is. I don't know. It used
to only be PAX East, where it's pretty much the platform for all the people to talk about their games from the game developers. And it used to only be PAX East. Now it's PAX West, PAX South, PAX North, PAX Southeast. It's grown a lot. I don't know what PAX means either. But
I pretty much stay in my lane when it comes to cons. Like, I was not a con goer previously to prior to going to BlizzCon. I'm not a go to all the cons type of gal. Budget only allows me to go to one. I don't have money for all of that and budget for all of that.
Well, Comic-Con is on my list.
Yeah, I don't like putting on pants, so I feel like, I feel like we're gonna be okay just watching the announcements happen afterwards and be announced in social media, and I can watch from the comfort of my home in just
That's what it is, the Penny Arcade.
Is it the Penny Arcade?
Yeah.
Yeah, funny thing about that BlizzCon announcement. Listen, guys, this is what happens when somebody tweets or posts on Reddit early in the morning about how they were told by somebody in the know that a BlizzCon announcement was happening today. Because I got to be honest with you guys, we were talking about this pre-show. If I'm Blizzard and I see that before I've even had my morning coffee sitting in the Blizzard headquarters office, there's 30 million fucking tweets about a BlizzCon secret announcement that's happening today that nobody's supposed to know about, I'm not going to post an announcement either. I'm going to be like, yeah, you know what, bitches? You ain't getting shit today because you guys are a bunch of smug assholes and we're not posting it today. Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's honestly, now it's probably not correct. Probably what happened, and we were talking about this also, is perhaps the PR didn't get approved because they have to have their posts and all that stuff has to be approved. So it's possible that maybe just something along the lines got kind of skewed there. Or, there could be many reasons why this announcement that for some reason everybody knows was going to happen, that didn't happen.
So I don't work in PR at all, but what could possibly stop them from announcing it? They already have the dates for the convention center.
So because of the type of corporation that Blizzard is, nothing can be released or published until it goes through several stages of approval. So it's likely that whoever's in the marketing department that is in charge of the final approval for them to be able to post on all their social medias and the actual webpage, the forums and all of that, like there's several departments because there's Heroes of the Storm, there's StarCraft, like for each franchise, all that has to be synced together because they'll all post it on their respective situation. So it goes through like what I'm assuming is probably, I know what we go through at my work to be able to approve and post and some of that stuff. If somebody missteps somewhere, the publish button doesn't happen. So,
gotcha. Okay,
but
so
then again,
there's a bunch of red tape like that.
I'm kind of voting on the first thing you said though. I really like that. I really like that someone just went, yeah, we're not gonna do it.
Yeah, they're not interested. I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, on your bike, fuck off.
Yeah, the conventions that announce a year in advance. Here's the thing, though. Guys, we know when BlizzCon is. We know that it's the 2nd and 3rd of November.
Do we?
Yes, we do. I would shit golden eggs right now on my desk if the dates are not November 2nd and 3rd.
Well, guess what? That day is today.
Like, I will legit stand on my desk and shit a golden egg if it is not November 3rd, the 2nd and 3rd. I was hoping that, like, this was going to be the 1 year where they took it back an extra week because Halloween, which means I won't be in town for Halloween. Secretly, I'm not that disappointed because I don't really like dealing with my children on Halloween. I don't know if that makes me a bad mom, but...
Well, it means no free candy for you.
I like seeing them in their costume, and I love all the cute stuff, but I don't like dealing with other people screaming children, and when you're going trick-or-treating, you're dealing with other people screaming children. So... Pixar, it didn't happen. The only thing that I think people really need to know is the sale dates, right? So
Yeah.
Let me hit you with some information to help. And by the time this is posted, they might already post an announcement tomorrow, which I don't really know. I don't know that we've ever seen an announcement on a Friday like that, but maybe, I don't know. So you figure if they announce it, we're pretty sure that the sale dates are going to be next month. There probably isn't going to be 3 sale dates because the only reason there was 3 sale dates last year is because they added on the additional seating, right? Because the wing of the convention center was finished. So I think this year, we might just see the 2, but maybe they liked how last year went with 3 sale dates. I don't really know that information. But I think we could probably figure that the first date I'm going to say is between the 11th or the 18th. My money would kind of be on the 11th of April, but we could also see it the 18th of April. I'll be really surprised. Where did he go? Oh, no.
Gone.
Oh, no. Guys, we got a problem.
We lost him.
Hold on, I gotta fix everything is weird. Our boxes are screwed up, Leeta. Hold on, this is tripping.
No.
This is tripping me out. Is anybody else getting weirded out? Hold on, guys. We're just gonna have to have a blank screen for a minute, and you guys are just gonna have to listen to the sound of our voices.
Yeah.
We're
if
gonna.
I could sing, I would, but yeah. I didn't. It wasn't me.
I know the first full week in November. Below, I just want to let you know that you're speaking to the fucking Blizzard date whisperer. I know all the dates of every BlizzCon, including the dates of the announcements. We have spreadsheets. So we're just gonna sit here in the dark, and he's back. We had to turn off the, we turned off the screen because it made it really weird with just me and Leeta, and I couldn't fix the. You okay?
Only one more
It's a
week.
good shot of our heads.
Are you okay?
Only one more week. Don't
Oh
worry about it.
man, I think. Okay, everybody's in different spots. This is gonna be super fun. So shit. Hold on, guys. I gotta get this together because shit is not right. Maybe. Does that look kind of good? That looks good, but now we're all in different boxes, so let me do the good old switcheroo. We're just going to do this live, guys, because...
Doing it live.
Oh, wait, I was in the right box. No.
Musical chairs.
Shit,
Yeah,
I was in the
totally.
right box. Guys, this is what happens. Okay, so me? Yes? Am I in my box? I'm in my box. Well, Rem was Leeta for like 5 minutes, so...
Nice.
I can't find Leeta's box. Looking for Leeta. There it is. We're okay, guys. See? Now, the old me, the Belle from last year, would have had a complete fucking meltdown because the technical issue happened live on the air. But guess what?
Oh, good.
I don't
Yay.
care.
Belle.
Rem looks like he wants to just... well, I love you, friend. I gotta fix... I feel like your box is, like, oddly close. Maybe it's just me. Okay, that feels good. So, Rem's a little grumpy. His brothers are probably using all the bandwidth for the internet on the Netflixes. But the good news is he's gonna have Gigablast internet soon, so it's gonna be okay. Yeah, that's actually probably gonna be a really good show title. I'm going to write that down so that I don't forget. So yes, BlizzCon announcement. We'll probably see it tomorrow. But I don't really think so. I'm just saying that to make you guys feel better. But I don't know that we've ever seen these kind of announcements on Fridays, if I'm being honest. And tomorrow's Good Friday. I don't know if Blizzard observes that. So, I don't know. Maybe that would be like a really cool thing. Then I thought maybe they were going to do an April Fool's thing, but I don't see them like giving fake dates or something for April Fool's because too many people would be booking hotel rooms in.
Yeah. There would be big repercussions.
It would be the best. It would be the best ever, right? Like from the internal jerk in me, it would be the best ever, but it would be.
Yeah. It could
Riots.
be really, really messy.
Yeah, riots, and it would be bad for all parties involved.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about some BFA stuff that is. I just want to talk about two things, which I don't know where the second thing. Oh, I do have it. I just didn't notate it. Just two things I wanted to note. Like I said, I've been staying away from giving too much information about BFA. I'm actually waiting until it's in beta. There's a method to my madness, but I don't feel like speaking a whole lot of things about BFA while it's in alpha it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me because a lot of stuff's going to change. But I am giving things that I feel confident are going to remain relatively the same in regards to just unique things that I think are kind of cool. Once it's in beta, then, we'll have a plethora of information once I'm confident that it's going to be kind of the same. So quest log changes. A funny thing, somebody ran a string command in BFA and they saw that the cap for questing was at 50 for your quest logs. It's not, it's still 25. So if you saw that it was going to be increased and you're expecting it to be increased, it is not, it is remaining at 25. They are doing some changes to streamline the quest log process, such as account quests will no longer count towards your cap. So, like, if you're doing the little Falcosaur pet, you know, it shows up on each of your characters.
Yeah.
Even though you started it on the one, those won't actually count towards your cap. So I do think that's going to make it a little bit more efficient. But I also,
cool.
I wanted to make sure that you guys are aware, Ian has stated on many occasions, very bluntly so, that they have zero intention of ever increasing the cap. And his reasoning is because it's a lot. It's very overwhelming. If you have 50, I could not imagine. My quest log's a mess now. I could not imagine at 50 or anything over 25. I think I would.
Yeah, pretty
meltdowns.
much.
What does your quest log look like, Leeta?
Messy. I've got stuff that's like, go into this dungeon, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll do it later, and then I get sidetracked. So I'm like, I think I'd like 30 though. I think I'd just like an extra 5, because sometimes when I go in to do a multiple, like, pick up world quest somewhere, it's like, hang on, I gotta get rid of
You
something.
see that random one? Yeah.
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 It's like, damn it. Just, if they made it to 30, I think I would be, that to me would be a really good sweet spot.
I agree. Tyburn, I 100% agree with you. In fact, one of the feedbacks I had given previously to Blizzard and BFA when I was doing some testing was I would like a visual indication of how many quests I have. I would like to be able to open my quest log and I would like to see that I have 17 of 25 or 11 of 25. It takes 2 seconds for them to add that code in there, drop it right up at the top, and boom, everybody's happy. I 150% agree with you that it is a very small quality of life improvement that I think is very important. You don't
like counting it out on the quest log?
I cannot even count to 5 regularly. Like, I have to pull out my phone to add, okay? I'm not good at math and stuff and, like, adding or subtracting.
It takes time. Like, you could be doing something else.
Yeah, efficiency.
And it moves. It moves. You go to count and you're like, 1, 2, scroll. 1, 2, and then
and then by then I'm already doing 40 other things before I finish counting my quests because squirrels happened. And yeah,
you're like, well, I'm like, stuff that, I'm just gonna go and kill murlocs.
That's what we do, though. We kill murlocs for the betterment of Azeroth.
That's right.
One of these days they're gonna get revenge on us, though.
I know.
I feel it imminent.
Mind you, warlocks have been killing murlocs since day 1. Think about it. Remember the
actually before
trailer?
Because the trailer, yeah.
Remedy's got it exactly. Good old warlocks.
Well, you know, we're the jack of all trades. You know, we're the class that you should always befriend.
Wouldn't that be druids?
Yes. No.
Jack of all trades.
No.
And Jack might not like trades.
Right.
Just saying.
He might.
Warlock equals delusional.
No, Locke is like, so it's the type of class where you don't want them as an enemy, but you kind of.
They're pretty easy to kill.
You want to be really, really aware of having them as a friend too. Because Locks are very loyal, but if you break that loyalty and trust.
Sounds like an X. Not fun at all.
Sounds like the Mafia, which I like. I'm in. Like, you're.
Well, Gul'dan was the first warlock, so we came from him. Basically, that's where it all started.
He's a little nuts, so I don't. I don't know if I want to be in the same boat as. Well,
I do, kind of.
You know, I'm not.
Yeah, kind of.
He's lived forever, and by the by, he doesn't look terrible for his age.
What do you mean
I mean, he's ugly, but he's not terrible.
He didn't live forever. He died twice. He failed twice.
But yet he's still here.
No, he's not. He's dead.
$5 says he comes back 2 expansions from now. Anybody want to bet?
He probably will. But
we've been fighting the same fucking Burning Legion for how many years now?
His skull is still powered.
Like,
so the Burning Legion thing, that one makes sense because the Twisting Nether, all timelines, they're not restricted to one timeline. You have alternate universes and all that, so you have multiple Gul'dans.
Blizzard
But
is like the soap
not
operas,
same-
okay? Just when you think that Stefano is dead,
They're gone.
boom, he's right back on Days of Our Lives. Just throwing that out there. It's real, guys. And the retconning is real. The retconning is so much so that people...
Some of the retconning makes sense, okay?
I feel like they have to for some instances, which, you know, makes sense. But I'm just saying, like, nobody's dead ever to me.
Gul'dan is dead.
I don't feel like anybody in the Warcraft universe is dead until... I don't even know what dead is. Like,
Varian is dead.
not mostly dead, but, like, mostly dead.
Kinda. Semi. Kind of. Maybe.
No, there is no magic pill wrapped in chocolate, okay?
Well, hang on. Think about it for a moment. That anything dead could be risen again.
It's true.
That's where Death Knights came from. So
what are we going to do for Varian? How are we going to pick apart the dust that's on the ground? And the dust
Varian could be a Death Knight. Oh,
Listen, you don't have to have a body to come back. Like, if I'm dying, the first person I'm haunting is you. So, like, I don't need a body for that, per se. All things are possible in the world of physics and science or stuff. So, yeah, I feel like, you know, I just feel like nobody's ever really dead. To me, that it just is one of those things where it's like you think for a really long time a certain individual's dead, and then boom, they pop back out and you find out that they're not really dead. Really, they were like in a secret underground smuggling ring, and they had been like helping kobolds through the freaking Underground Railroad and all that other stuff. Like, I'm just saying, it's... I don't ever believe anybody's dead in this universe. We've literally killed the same bosses a lot of times.
Again,
yes, I know,
because-
timey-wimey.
No, it's not even timey-wimey.
all
The
that,
Twisted
I
Nether
get it.
does not adhere to the universe.
Oh, I know he died in real life, and the only reason why I even said him is because he was one of my favorites that would always come back. Somebody else apparently watches Days of Our Lives because she knows. Listen, just let me have my dreams, okay? I'm just throwing that out there. I just feel like...
You crush mine, so I might as well crush you.
It's my job. It's what I do. I'm the crusher of dreams. Who else have we killed multiple times?
Archimon, technically. Because we killed him at... Well, we didn't really kill him, but we damaged him at the Well of Eternity. Well, the Hyjal. We killed him before that, and then we killed him for sure in Hellfire, because technically in the Mythic is a story equivalent. Like, that's where the story is connected to. Does that make sense? Like the mechanics and all that. So we kill him in the Twisting Nether. So now he's dead because his soul can't return to a body that's there. Kill Jaden. We've it wasn't really killed at the Sunwell. I can't remember the raid, but Sunwell Plateau or something other like that. Yeah. We didn't kill him, but technically we beat him.
Yes.
Gul'dan, we didn't kill him. We killed him. Actually, Illidan stole the kill, but we've only killed him once. The first time he killed himself in the tomb of Sargeras. So it's kind of ironic that he dies pretty much in the same spot twice.
Yeah.
Like I said, he failed twice.
Well,
he was a greedy bastard, though.
Yeah. And the second thing I wanted to make note of is the mount and pet preview. UI is getting a little bit of an overhaul where you basically have the same preview as you have when you're looking at yourself in your little dressing room. You know, you control click on a item and it shows you that item, what you would look like in that item in your little, I'm going to say box again because I feel like we're just going to keep talking about Leeta's box to make it super, like, keep
What's
driving the box point home. Many inferences there, of course. I'm sure a couple of you have already picked up on them. But so you can, like, zoom in and move them around kind of like how you can with your tune in that window, which I think is needed because I have a pet addiction, but it's not what you guys think. I don't like pet battles. I don't particularly have fun with pet battles, but I do like collecting pets for matching of things. So like right now, I think I don't remember what pet I was using, but it was the enchanted pen. And there was another one that was Surmart related. But I like to have theme stuff. So if I'm using my blueberry, then I have my mini blueberry as my pet. If I'm using my imp, then I have my, my mini imp as my pet. So I like that I could see stuff and I don't have to go to a separate thing and I don't have to go look on, a Wowhead or Model Viewer to see what that looks like before I know if I want to purchase it, which is really what's important here, the auction house purchasing. I think being able to see what the actual mount looks like, spinning it around and all that stuff, I think is neat. So
well, then they should have a toggle of fly mode on flying mounts in the little box.
What's that now?
Well, as you're mounted on the mount and it's in the little box, it just shows you on the mount and you can swivel it around, turn it around, but you can't see what it looks like when it's flying. So, because some animations and the skeletons are different. So
you are that fucking guy on the forums that when they give you one thing, you bitch because you didn't get another. I just figured it out. You are that guy.
I'm improving it. What are you talking about?
Guys, he is that guy. I wonder visually what impact that would have from a graphic impact.
Well, in the box, is it just going to be standstill, or is it going to show the mount?
I don't assume it would show the mount moving. It doesn't show you moving, does it?
Well, you wouldn't move. You're on the mount.
But I'm saying, like, in your dressing, like, if you're clicking on a belt in the auction house and your dressing room, your preview window pops up with your tune wearing the item.
Doesn't really matter too much.
Yeah, I don't think you're moving. I think you're...
But like on the mount, some of the mounts I don't ride because they look ridiculous when I'm flying or walking on them.
Nightstone, I feel like I don't know if there's a reason that there isn't animation in that window. I don't know if there is animation in that window. We don't know. We're making an assumption because I haven't been into BFA to test it. I've barely seen this today. So we don't really know what it's doing, but I can say
that there's no toggle for flying because I know they wouldn't do that. Because that makes too much sense.
Oh, so you're just arbitrarily requesting things that they won't do.
Yeah.
He's that guy. He's 100% that guy. Oh, man. That's why him and my brother are such good friends, because him and my brother are just one in the same. So, let's talk about Leeta. What are you most looking forward to for BFA?
Probably to see where the story's going to go. Because... at the moment, all we've seen is like this conflict that's going back to Hordle Alliance, which is like, yeah, but I think there's going to be so much more, and I want to see how that goes. Plus, then there's new pets, new mounts, new achievements, new things to find, new things to wear. So all of it. I'm all for. I like everything. I can't wait to see what they give me.
I wish I had your optimism.
I'm excited. I love a new expansion, but
everything you said is good except the pets. The pets I like new
pets. I like them because I'm a completionist. I like collecting things, right? I like collecting doodads.
I'm a cherry picking a completionist because I'll cherry pick the stuff I want to do, not everything.
It's okay. You can do that.
I just grabbed the low-hanging fruit, my dude. I don't got time for all that. Low-hanging fruit.
That's all the dead and worm-infested fruit.
Listen.
The rats already ate all that fruit.
If it's fermented, it's alcohol. So silver linings.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
What is the thing you're least looking forward to, if there is a thing?
Probably if they reset achievement points again. So every time I log in and I'm like, damn it, they've taken some stuff away from me again, and I've got to work it back. But no, probably just getting used to if they change around the spells and things like that for the Warlock, just to get used to it. And then obviously as time goes on, getting used to the...
Wait, you didn't hear about Chaos Bolt being removed?
She already knows. I would tell her if anything was bad. Things are fine right now. Stuff's looking good. I just seen the latest updates. It's looking good. Cool. There's a few things that are... I don't know what the fuck's going on with them yet, so I'm not panicking until then. But they made some pretty good changes to Roaring Blaze. I'm really excited to test that out. But we'll talk about that in another time. But yeah, it's looking... They're going in what I think is a positive direction.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm excited about... I just read some stuff today. Excuse me, I didn't mean to... I usually mute. I read some stuff today. Some of the changes was... It felt like a nerf, but it wasn't really. I think it was just adjusting to the squish.
Okay. They must have someone new working on Warlocks.
The rotation's different than what we do now. It is going to be... there's a couple variations to the opener, especially with not having life tap with the empowered life tap is the 10% opener. But it's... I forget to use one spell, the new spell, but because it's a talent, but that's just because blonde. But everything else is, I'm killing shit and I'm doing pretty good damage. Not like we would know what's good or not good because the stats are squished. So
yeah,
low numbers is good numbers right now until other people have higher numbers than you. But right now in BFA,
as long as it dies before you do, you're good.
Right. I agree. But it's looking good. But it is going to be an adjustment. So. Yeah, that's... You're like me. We're very stuck in our ways. I don't mind change. I just don't like the initial... adapting to
and then
change.
Working... It's just more kind of like working it out and being like, okay, so I need to get this way set into my brain. And just until that gets stuck in, do this spell, then this spell, then it's like, what am I doing? So, yeah. But we'll get there. I always find I'm excited about it on the Warlock to a certain degree. Every other class, I'm like,
Yeah, subtle change, it's good, but not like a huge change. Like, for instance, the convenience store I go to every morning before work for the past year and a half, everything was in the same spot. Yesterday, I went to go in the morning, everything was changed. That's too much change. Like, as long as they can make subtle changes, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Favorite allied race. This is where we decide if we're friend or foe.
I have to say, if it's allied race, okay, I really, really like the Void Elf. I really like the Void Elf because she is just killing stuff. Because I've only got one. I haven't played her through normal yet. I've only got one as a Bloodthirsty, and she's a Warlock, of course, and she is just ripping things to shreds. So at the moment, she's my favorite. I do have a Nightborn that in the Mage, and I'm kind of like, yeah, she's okay, but she's a Mage. She's not a Warlock. I should have made a Warlock. But it's just like, yeah. So at this stage, I don't know. I've got them all, but I've only actually played the Void Elf and the Nightborn so far. I haven't delved into the High Mountain, and I haven't made Lightforged. Yeah, I'm kind of like...
Well, based on appearances and the ones that we don't have, that change your opinion on your favorite one? Just aesthetic-wise.
I think I'm kind of be cool to see what is it, Zandalari trolls? Zandalari. I have a very soft spot for going back to Zolgarub. Stranglethorn. I spent a lot of time in Stranglethorn when I was a little baby Warlock.
When we used to have to stab shit with sticks.
Yeah.
You don't
and
stab
also
it.
I stab things.
I used to have a dagger.
Trauma force. You don't
have
stab.
a dagger. We used to have daggers, and I mean, we still have, but obviously.
I think you're gonna like the new Zandalar zone then.
Yeah, I think That will be cool.
Even Belle was enjoying
I
that.
did
so-
enjoy Horde side questing. I did enjoy it very much visually. And
Okay.
I was in Throne of Thunder the other day, and I was like, this looks a lot like Zandalari stuff. And then all the NPCs had the word Zandalari, and I'm like, wow, I'm a fucking moron. Okay. I didn't do a lot of Throne of Thunder, obviously, but it is very pretty. And some of the maps are drastically different. I was telling them about... there's like an S&M spot where there's like dudes hanging from like they're hanging and wiggling. They're tied up with like little G-string type attire, and they don't look like they're that much in pain. I feel like they're enjoying it. But I
So
did enjoy it.
Is it drastically different or drastically different?
That's embarrassing. I do like the dinosaur stuff. Obviously, that's indicative of the land. But and I mean, Alliance is great. Obviously, I love Borealis because I don't know that I'll love anything like I do Suramar, but it's a close second.
Yeah.
I think you'll love it though. I have a feeling because you haven't done anything Alpha related, right? Is that because you don't want spoilers? Yeah, I think.
Well, it's pretty muchly I've never done any alphas or betas since day dot. So I figure if I break that rule, I'm going to either get myself burnt out, and I'm not burnt out. Like, I'm still doing my thing in game, still having a lot of fun. So for me, it's just like now I'm not raiding, I'm not having to run a guild or do all of that, where I used to have to be like, be on top of the news, be on top of all the information.
You're basically describing my life.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't need to do all that. So I just kind of go, you know what? I'll wait and see what they give me in game. I mean, sure enough, I hear bits
that
and
moment
pieces,
when she says why she stops doing something, and it's exactly the reason why I'm doing it, and it makes me feel like a dick. My life is great. I love it. It's awesome.
Good. No, that is good. But I mean, I did that for
it gets
for a long time.
It gets tiresome.
Yeah.
I've been somewhat not burnt out, but just internally. I haven't done a lot of social media stuff. When I do, it's just randomly sporadic. I haven't been super social. I don't know. I don't know. It's not like World of Warcraft related. Just life bogs you down, and it is.
Yeah. Life, all of it. Yeah,
Twitter's a lot of drama too. It's very toxic sometimes, and I don't like it. I went to Twitter because I didn't want to see all the weird shit in my Facebook. I wanted non-political stuff, and then I get excited because Twitter's mostly World of Warcraft people, right? Because you connect with each other because of World of Warcraft. But I can't. Yeah, this isn't the forum for me to rant about it. But the industry in general is probably what's bugging me.
I think it's quite humorous on Twitter.
The fame fighting with the fame, and who's got more Twitter followers. I just don't. Who cares?
Don't get it.
Who cares? Yeah. My mom's my #1 fan. It's all that matters.
Yay. That's awesome.
I think she's still my #1. My mom might have got sick of my shit too. Okay. I don't fault you for the Void Elf. While it is not my favorite, I did make one because I'm doing a Void Elf warrior. I did enjoy, I got the light purple hair, and I did enjoy just visually looking at something different, especially with the fact that purple's my favorite color, so you'd think that would be my favorite of all of them. It's not, Nightborn is, but I did enjoy being able to go through that process. And I made the light forged paladin. I thought I was not going to be too, into it because it didn't seem like a whole lot of difference to me. Yeah. I could see the difference. I made sure it was, way different than the other ones, look-wise.
The hair and the facial hair for the males, the Light Forge, is, leaps and bounds better than any of the Draenei stuff.
Yeah, so. I like just to look at something different. And I like seeing other allied races in the world and seeing the different visuals. I'm so used to seeing the same players, the same types. It's nice to see some, mix it up with some good stuff there.
Well, it's going to sound weird, but I would like to see a different silhouette of, a character you could play.
A silhouette of a man?
Yeah. But no, because, even though their facial features are different, you can have tattoos, you can have different hair and all that, a different, body size, maybe bigger or wider, or just something that's not so human-esque.
I'm sorry, what did you just say about humans?
They're basic.
First of all, Belle has a stellar booty, okay? We were doing transmog stuff on stream.
No, everything is humanoid. I'd like to see something like Centaur or...
You want to see Volpera?
No, that's still humanoid. While they might be adorable and vicious, I want to see something different.
Isn't a centaur humanoid? They're half human, yes? Visually?
They're... What's the word? They're horse...
Listen, if you got boobs or a booty, you're part human. I'm just throwing that out there. I don't know if...
Humanoid, bipedal. There.
But a centaur is literally half human.
Yeah, but they have a body of a horse.
But they look human. You're saying you want something that doesn't look human. They look human.
Never mind.
Is that not right? When I go to my druid hall and I see those chicks with the leaves on their boobs running around frolicking in my...
Yeah, the dryads, those aren't humanoids.
But they have humanistic features. Yes?
Yes, but they don't have 2 feet. They have 4 legs.
So you just want a chick that's got 4 legs so she can balance better. I'm on it, Rem. I got you.
No,
like, you just have to explain things in a manner to which I understand them and I'll get it. Balance is better on 4 legs than 2. I get it.
That's not what I was saying at all, but go on.
I like when I embarrass him. It's really funny. We just discovered a secret fetish of Rem's, which is exciting. Okay. Speaking of that, hit us with your lore stuff. What are we talking about? I thought I saw something about we were talking about Horde. No?
Did you read the same thing?
I don't know. I read it in the bathroom.
So, it came to my attention last week that someone undisclosed does not even know who the current Lich King is, and I cringed physically, mentally.
Are you referring to me as not knowing who the current Lich King is? Because I didn't know there was a line of Lich Kings. I thought there was one on a throne who may or may not have had sex with Jaina before he was a Lich King. So I had no idea that
That's
there was...
not even the first Lich King, though. So.
But I'm saying I didn't know there was several. I thought it was like a disease that he contracted. I don't know.
You catch gonorrhea and become the Lich King? Okay.
To be fair, I didn't start paying attention to story until Miss Pandaria. So a lot of things that I might have went through... And I didn't do any dungeons. I didn't do any raids. I didn't do anything until Miss Pandaria in a group setting because I didn't have a guild before Miss Pandaria. I had nothing. So, and I had nobody to play with. I played solo. And back then there wasn't there was Thoughtbot that helped you with your questing, but YouTube wasn't the thing that it is today in 2008. I didn't have those resources that we have today. So there's probably a lot of story that I just never paid attention to because I just clicked, and maybe I didn't watch whatever.
That's valid because I actually rated and was in the content in Wrath, and I still remember lore as being tank spot.
Right.
So,
I'm learning to get better though, guys. I've improved Legion. My Legion story, understanding and connection is fucking stellar, and even Rem gave me props for knowing and remembering and ascertaining certain things, and
big word.
I'm past the point to where my meds wore off and back to the point where it's that, like, you know how you get your last win before you pass out. That's what's happening right now. So it's going to be good things for the next 2
seconds.
Yeah, you got about 5 seconds. So yes, I did not know that there was multiple Lich Kings.
So I'm going to go over a little bit about the Lich King and the reason why there is a Lich King and maybe the future progress for the Lich King. So the current Lich King, as like Flightless, aka Elnara said, is Bolvar, aka Bolvar 4 Dragon, aka Champion of the Alliance, aka Savior. Did you get confused already?
I'm trying to figure out where would I have seen him currently.
Currently sitting on the throne. You wouldn't see him unless you're playing a Death Knight as of right now.
So is there any part of this story currently that he would have been involved in that I could remember?
No, unless you did the Class Hall stuff for the Death Knight.
I did, but
he talks to you the whole.
Yeah, I'll have to. I'm gonna need to think. I'll have to log in because then I'll remember.
Okay, so a little story on Bolvar Floor Dragon is he actually used to be a champion of the Alliance. He was there at the Wrath Gate when the Lich King came out the door, kicked everyone's ass, and then Petrus, a member of the Scourge, the Forsaken, actually betrayed everyone through the pestilence and the disease down on the armies of the Horde and the Alliance. And pretty much after everyone over, the Lich King runs away. And part of why Bolvar Floor Dragon is the way he is because the Red Dragonflight actually swooped in, burnt away all the corruption from the disease that they launched out. And the flames actually healed and caused his body. I don't remember the exact process, but like he's constantly on fire from the flames of the Red Dragons. And at the tail end of ICC, when Tyrion and us as the champions are getting rid of the Lich King, he comes up and assumes the mantle of the Lich King, because if no one is there to control all the undead up there, then they'll run amok and cause issues. So the reason why there is currently a Lich King is because there must always be a Lich King.
So who is the very first Lich King?
Ner'zhul. Ner'zhul
You did say that. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah. Like he was the very, very first, and he just was. He woke up one day and was like, "Yo, bitches, I'm Lich King."
No. So the reason why there is a Lich King is Sargeras tasked Kil'jaeden on taking over Azeroth because he knew there's a nascent Titan world soul in the middle of Azeroth, so he wanted them to set up a way of them taking over the world. So Kil'jaeden tasks all of the Nathrezim to watch over Ner'zhul, and Ner'zhul, his body was pretty much torn apart. He was shot down onto Azeroth in a chain, a whole thing of armor, and his spirit is in control of setting up the undead and running the Scourge, and setting up all these like I'm blanking on his name, Kel'Thuzad. He was led the Scourge of the Damned. And so the first one that was there was Ner'zhul, and he was there because of the Burning Legion to start to take over the human nations and run in tandem pretty much with the Horde because the Horde failed. So Ner'zhul first Lich King because of the Burning Legion. Ner'zhul is injured because of what's his nuts? Illidan. Illidan, again, was tasked by Sargeras because he learned that Ner'zhul was plotting to not only overthrow, but go against what he said.
So the Lich King isn't like an inherited...
Well, now it is, but it was more
because Arthas is dad, right?
Yeah. No.
No?
Not because... Wait, what?
Wasn't Arthas' dad a Lich King? No?
No.
Or was he a king of... Wasn't he a king of something?
Yeah, so Taranis Menethil was the king of Lordaeron.
See, I knew he was the king of something.
And Arthas Menethil is his kid, a.k.a. the little brat that became the Lich King. Well, second.
So currently it is an inherited...
Not only inherited, more of a assumed mantle that is technically a prison.
That's heavy.
So Ner'zhul is put in this prison and told to command the Scourge, command the undead, and he is hurt. Calls Arthas because Arthas is delving into learning about Frostmourne from Mal'Ganis because Mal'Ganis tasks, or I keep on saying tasks, I'm sorry. He sends him to Northrend, and he gets Frostmourne, goes back to take the mantle, and is technically 1-1 with Ner'zhul. And then we kick his ass. Bolvar comes up and assumes the role of the Lich King. And I don't know what's going on. No one knows what's going on. Because Bolvar is talking... Like, I haven't gone through the entire campaign, honestly, with Death Knight. but he is talking to the Death Knights like he is going to use them in a future endeavor or future campaign.
I only got through, I think, getting my weapon and my class hall, and then I don't know what I've done on Death by Bell since then. That kind of makes me want to go check it out. That kind of makes me want to go check it out.
Actually, all this stuff is in that third book that you have of mine.
I mean, I don't even need yours anymore. I have my own, so...
Oh, did Softy?
No. It came from Velitrius.
Oh, I love him.
I'm not supposed to say his name publicly. I'm not supposed to out him, but I love him anyway, so...
Nice.
It's happening. Well, I think so.
Yeah.
That's the assumption based off what was said in the card. But, yeah, it showed up on my door. So I took the one that I opened of yours and gave you the unopened one.
Wait, so then you took mine. So I should thank Velitrius for buying me the book.
So here's what happened. I get this book, Leeta, and I get this Amazon package. Now, it was already weird because it said my full name. Usually when other people, like my random friends, send me stuff, it says Belle and my name, right? Belle's always in there. Well, I was like, well, I haven't ordered anything. It's not my birthday. I'm not special. So, like, what's going on? So I opened it and I'm like, who would send me this book? And who would use my full given name? And then I remember a conversation where Rem's moving to Arizona. He's going to live with my brother. They're going to be roommates. And he says, I'm going to send this book to you.
Because I didn't know when I was
Because I don't
moving
know
at
when
that
it's going to
point.
get there. Completely forgot. So I opened it and was like checking it out because I'm like, wow, this is awesome. And then...
And because it said her name because her address is connected to her name on my account. So I just was like, okay, boom. And send.
We share Amazon Prime. So
Nice.
we don't have any... There's no secrets. There's none. He calls... I tell my Echo to call home and it calls him. And he randomly pops into the kitchen. Like, my husband will come upstairs and he'll go, so I think Rem's trying to call you, right? Well, he doesn't say Rem. He says his real name. But he just, like, randomly starts talking on the show in the... Because we have the show in the kitchen. It's
pretty funny.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
kind of amazing. So, I'm going to throw my hat in the ring for the potential future Lich King, if that's a thing. Can it be a woman? No, probably genderist.
I don't think it's going to go to someone. I don't think it's going to go to someone else in our lifetime.
Because they could be Lich King forever?
I think it's going to come to a point where he's going to do something we're not going to like, and we're going to get rid of it completely.
Makes perfect sense, actually. I'm gonna have to do... I was thinking that same thing, Candy, but I didn't want to say it and everybody be like, there she goes, hating on Jaina again. I was thinking she would make the perfect Lich King, in my opinion, but I'm gonna get caught up on my knowledge.
Now you see you get volume 2.
Yeah, I need to
Volume 2 was really good. I just finished.
Just the art alone is worth the book price.
I need
Like,
to be a better human about that kind of stuff. I just read stuff and then I ask Rem to explain it, right? Like in terms of which I can understand. Because like it's really, these things are well written, right? Christy Golden does a great job. But sometimes I need somebody to be like, yo, this bitch went and killed this guy and this guy went and slept with this chick's wife and now we have a war.
yeah, I
Sometimes
bring it from like Tolkien to Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, sometimes I just need it in a different format if it's something I am not interested in.
I just finished volume 2, right? The Chronicles 2. And I found that through reading it, it made the way they'd written it was so much easier to understand the story than I did for the first one. And now I'm like, damn it, I don't have number 3. I gotta wait. But the stories, it starts to connect stuff that you go, oh.
Yeah, actually, something I didn't know about in volume 3 because my curiosity.
Don't tell anybody anything until people have read it. We know better than that.
I'm not gonna say anything about it. I'm just saying, like for instance, some of the raids and dungeons, because the Horde and Alliance do it, they specifically say like, oh, this is the faction that's actually not only in charge, but gets the credit for this.
Oh yeah.
So like it ties everything together. Instead of retconning, it's more of, well, they retcon some stuff, but it's more of solidifying the
It's
story
giving
that's
credit
in there.
to certain things where it was just kind of like we didn't know
Exactly.
who was responsible one way or the other. I browsed past that in my newsfeed because I haven't read it yet, and I was like, nope, not fuck you. You're the devil. I don't want to see any of that spoiler bullshit.
For me, it's not spoilers. It's I get to read it the second
But for
time.
me, everything is brand new, and that's what's great about not being a lore buff from the very beginning, right? Because everything is new to me, and it's like mind blown.
I'm a special snowflake. Just kidding.
Once again, Leeta, I feel like I have an opening as a co-host if you're keen to be down. Okay, guys. I'm going to do a quick what you need to do in WoW this week. I'm going to give you guys an assignment. And the assignment is, I want to see your progress on your BFA transmogs for your main. If you're working on an alt transmog, that's cool also. I want you to comment, post what is it, Imgur? I don't fucking know. Whatever that online thing is where everybody posts.
Imgur or Gyazo.
Is it Imgur? Is it not Imgur? It's Imgur. I don't know how to read. English is hard, guys. I want to see what your guys' thoughts are, what you're wanting to do for BFA. Now, that might not be important to some people, and that's okay. But to me, I transmog at the end of every expansion, and I wear that transmog until we get into the expansion. Occasionally, an expansion will blow my mind, and I'll switch my mog to the new stuff, but it's pretty rare. I usually just stick with the same one. So I've been building my pirate mog on Bell. I have to go farm some stuff. It's not ready, but I did do some stuff on stream last night. And
Blood Sail hat is going to be the best.
It's going to be amazing. I'm pretty excited, but I want to see your guys' stuff. So this, excuse me, I went through puberty right there. This week, I want you guys to start considering, look up stuff, and start thinking about your transmogs and send me pictures. However you have to send them, tweet them to me, email them to me, bell@pwnecast.tv. Comments on the show. If you're watching this on YouTube, just share with me your transmogs this week, because
I would hold off because I don't know what they're called, but their tricorn hat is going to be in BFA.
So we already discussed this, and I could tell that you weren't listening. All those things that you told me were going to be in BFA, they're all white named, which means they're not transmogable, so it's completely useless in my situation.
Again, they're from the dungeons, so you can transmog them.
The one item out of the 30 I got excited for, I go to look, and I'm super excited because I see all this pirate stuff, and it's all white words. Blizzard, come on.
You didn't look in the right spot, sorry.
That's interesting that you would say that to me. It's usually the boys' problem, so I don't know how to help you there. I don't have a spot finding problem. I have great vision. Now that we've made it sufficiently awkward, I think we'll save. We're getting there on time, so we're gonna save some of this stuff for next week, which is always better to be more prepared than not. So let's do the guest portion. Leeta, my dear.
Yes.
Every hero has an origin story, right? Every hero. So what is your World of Warcraft origin story? What brought you here? How did you find it? How have you been here for as many expansions and all of that?
Yeah. Well, my partner at the time started playing just after launch, and I was busy crafting and doing other things, but I kept saying, "What's that?" Stand over to, "What's that? What's that?" And in the end, he just went, "Sit down and give it a go." And I went, he goes, no, sit. So I sat down. I had no idea of a keyboard, like other than to type. And I think 3 hours went, and he's like, are you done yet? Are you done? I'm like, no, I'm not. I need to get this game. And that was it. That was the moment. He had made an undead warlock, and that was part of what I fell in love with as well. So I've been playing for a long time, yes, since vanilla. I will tell you that. And
did you have to walk
I
to
love-
and from your quest place with no shoes in the snow, 20 miles there and back?
Yeah.
Actually, if you sold your boots, you might have.
Yeah, it was, you know, some of the things I remember was the day I made my first 10 gold. I messaged him. I like text him going, "Oh my god, I made 10 gold!" Because back
That's a
then,
lot,
10,
yeah.
that was a lot. And I did pretty good in auction house. And then when I made my first 100 gold, I did the same thing. I texted him. I'm like, "Oh my god, I've got 100
You're
gold."
like
And
me
he's
when I win $5 on the scratcher.
I know, right? But back then, it was such a big thing because I think it was 100 gold to get riding, and even though I was a warlock, there was all these, you know, there was all these things that
All
you
the
needed
hoops to get
do.
it. Yeah.
It was really hard. So when I made this 100 gold, I worked really, really hard to get it, and I did it. And I think at that stage he might have had maybe 10 gold, and I had made 100, and I was so excited from it. So it, you know, it's just the things, everything that I've done. Like Leeta, my warlock is my first love. She's been through so much with me through the game, through real life, obviously through breakups, through dealing with sickness, through getting old, getting, you know, all these just life.
We're not getting old.
We're
redefining space and time is what we're doing.
Yeah. That's one way to put it. Yes. So
I think you not too far fetched because Warlock's devil in the twisting nether. So yeah.
That's true.
That's something you and I have always had in common, is our love for warlocks in general. And I think I've tweeted something and you kind of like completely agreed. I like that we walk the line, and it's a very thin line, and in any situation could be swayed in one way or the other. You know, we dabble in things that we probably shouldn't, but we walk that line, and I think we walk it well. And it pretty much mirrors me in real life, where there's a line, and sometimes I cross it, and sometimes I move the line to suit my own needs.
Yeah.
Why don't you have a tune named Johnny Cash then?
Well, that's actually a good question, but I do get excited when I win a $5 scratcher, and my husband will say, "Seriously, you paid $3 for it. You literally won $2." But I guess
you won.
Like, I get excited because I'm a winner.
Yeah.
Pro tip, actually, this isn't related, but this is equally important. I know that gaming and scratchers and lotteries and that kind of thing is usually kind of together, because I think we all have the same
boxes.
the same type of personality, right? You should always go to the Scratchers website before you go and purchase Scratchers, because the Scratchers website, many of you may not know, I don't know if this works in every country, but if you go to the Scratchers website will list how many of the top prizes are actually still out there in cards. So before you go and drop a ton of money on your Scratchers, make sure you're buying ones that still have the top prizes available, because it's public.
That's too smart. I'd rather just blindly buy shit.
But I'm just letting you know, if you're like me, my husband will text me and be like, "Hey, do you want scratchers?" And I'm like, "Let me look at the website." Because if the only prizes that are left are like $100 prizes, don't waste your money. Keep it on the ones that, because those are claimed, they have to report them, and it's public information. Most people don't know that, and that's statewide because it's scratchers. So, pro tip from Belle, the gambling warlock.
Wow, this is the second week we have life advice.
Real life advice that you never knew that you needed. But it's good, so nobody wants to pump their change into the wrong slot machine.
That's how you get alimony.
That's... yeah, that is how you get alimony, and a mortgage that you don't want to pay. And shared custody.
That's right. Yeah, you get mortgage and you have shitty neighbors.
Right. And then you get in trouble for not bringing your trash can in within hours of it being emptied because HOAs. Anyway, we veered. Okay. We already know your favorite class is Warlock. Now, I want you to give me your I want a WoW confession, and it has to be something that nobody else knows, and it has to be either a guilty pleasure or a weird thing or something that nobody else knows that you do occasionally or whatever in game. But this is the WoW confession. I'm about to Barbara Walters, and we're gonna, well, maybe it's more like Chris Hansen. Maybe.
It depends on the confession.
Depends on the episode, I suppose. My name's Chris Hansen, and I'm with Dateline NBC.
Would you please take a seat?
Yeah. Is this your email? Just kidding. Is your handle at Leeta Wow on Twitter? I know there's got to be that one thing that nobody probably knows. And it doesn't have to be like, you know, weird. But
it doesn't have to be super secret. Just something that obscure.
Something that is obscure that nobody else would know that's your guilty pleasure.
Like you live a double life and you've been playing Shadow Priest as well, just as much as your Warlock.
No, because no one's played as much as my Warlock. Well, everyone knows that I'm an alcoholic, so yeah, even though I've got my main, I really can't think of anything. I love to bake. I do craft.
Is there a weird thing you collect that you have to have every expansion that's like obscure? I can't believe you don't have any WoW confessions.
I don't.
It's because you're pure of heart.
Well, it's like we had a good one from Bajira.
We did have a really good one from Bajira.
Okay. I'm just trying to think.
That just means you're pure of heart.
I mean, I like to do lots of different things in game. So, I do like to take time out. That I've probably said this though before.
I love timeouts. Oh, we're not talking about children. Got it.
No. I do like to every now and again when I feel like things. When I come to the end of an expansion, in particular, I like to take Leeta over to Old Nagrand, and there is a particular floating island that's there that I will have her sit and watch the two moons. I've said that quite a few times, but that's something that I do at the end of every expansion. So I don't know why.
Contemplate life or...
Well, just in
case. It's just the visual, right?
Yeah, if things don't go well, say, I mean, obviously expansions are a lot smoother now, but back in the day, expansions were pretty messy when they came out.
Warlords of Draenor?
Pretty messy. I'm thinking Burning Crusade was pretty crappy.
Oh, I wasn't alive for that. And when I say I wasn't alive, I mean I wasn't. Bell was in Burning Crusade. Like there was no, I didn't get to see that transition. I was born in Burning Crusade.
It was pretty messy back in the day. So I kind of have that feeling of taking her there, that if anything ever happened and that was it, if it was gone,
you have that.
Yeah, like I'm looking over Nagrand, looking at the two moons, and just that would be the lot. You know, take like 1 million screenshots because I need my screenshots. But other than that, speaking of screenshots, I added up my screenshots that I've taken over the years, and I've got 45 gigs worth of screenshots.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so there you go. I do take screenshots.
So I'm not as much as you, but I'm at either between 30 and 35 gigs. What I do randomly is I take a time period. I rename that screenshot folder that's in WoW. I rename it with said time period. So, you know, it might be 2015 to 2017. And then I drop that onto my drive, my Google Drive. And I swap it out.
Well,
I've got mine in.
I don't delete anything ever. I never delete them. I keep them, but I just rename the screenshot. Like I'll rename the folder and then make a new screenshot folder in that directory.
Start taking screenshots. The earliest one, because I didn't know. The same with like music. When I first started playing, I didn't know there was music because my partner at the time, never played with music on. So it got to probably a couple of years that first, then I found music. And
You're like, it's a whole new world.
I was like, oh,
Shining, shimmering, splendid.
Not turned it off ever since. So once I discovered, yes, you could have it on, that was it. And also back then, I didn't know the difference between what a PvP server was to a normal server, to an RP server. And he started on a PvP server. So I would like to say my first 7 years, I was on a PvP server dealing with getting ganked and all that horrible stuff that goes on.
So you didn't know there was a better life out there.
Yeah. And then when I found it was like, oh, okay. And hence why.
You're my story.
Yeah.
I was on Nathrazim. That was my very first server, and I didn't know what World of Warcraft could be like with nice people.
Stranglethorn Vale as a level 32 warlock running around just trying to quest. Not even. I was like, hi, Alliance person. Don't kill me. I just want to run past you. Yep, bam.
And I was opposite. I was Alliance getting killed by the Horde. But when I got to a non-PvP server, I did not know that that's what the life could be like. That's interesting.
I played on Bleeding Hollow as a Horde. I was one of those people killing people. So.
Well,
sorry.
I think the first, actually, here we go. One of the first PvP experiences I'd had, I went into, so I'd quested, I got over to Ogrimmar. I decided I was going to take Leeta up into Ashenvale. Ashenvale, you know, it was so green and lush, and I started questing over there. Anyway, all of a sudden, this druid, I'd say night elf druid, ganked me. Not once. Not twice, not 3 times. I think we got up to, because I mean, you know, like I just want a quest. So I'd go back to my buddy, res up and be like, okay, gank dead. And I didn't know what to do. I couldn't do anything. And me being me, my OCD is saying, I want to finish this damn quest. I don't want to log out. I don't want to come back later. I just want to finish my quest. Can this person go away? So for the very first time, I actually typed out into general in Ashenvale going, if there is anyone that could help, I'm getting ganked by a skull. I didn't know he was level 60 because I couldn't tell. Mm-hmm. Anyway, this little undead rogue comes across and her name was Calibris. And she stealthed, so she didn't party up with me. She stayed within, stealthed around me, and waited till the night elf druid came to gank me again. So they would type to me and go, okay, get ready to res. Soon as you res, I'm going to come in. You're probably going to die, but I'm going to come in and gank the person who's ganking you. And I'm like, okay, all right. Well, I just want to res and get my body and go, because by then I'd probably been ganked about 10 times. And this was now, I'd like to say, well over an hour. And I'm getting frustrated because I can't finish my quest. I can't get my body, So off I go and I res up. Of course, I get one shot. But as soon as I get one shot, he gets stabbed, and he's dead. And my little rogue friend absolutely just slaughtered him. Now, back then I didn't understand PvP. I didn't understand the ranks. I didn't know that the person that happened to come help me was one of the top PvPers on the server I was on at the time. And I can honestly say that 13 plus years later, we are still friends.
With a rogue even. A rogue!
Yes!
A warlock and a rogue. If that's not a fucking 2 guys walk into a bar story, I don't know what is.
And he's been my friend in real life as well as the game for a very long time. He was probably the very first person outside the guild that I was on that I friended all by my little lonely self because I got ganked. And that within itself is something really special because I can... Yeah, because we're still friends. I still see him. I know how his life is going. I've seen, and I thought it was, again, female undead. So of course I've thought, oh well, it's female. And he's like, no, I'm a dude. I'm playing, I play female characters, which I've gone, well, that's weird. I'm a female. I don't play male characters.
I don't either. Something's
characters.
weird about it. It just creeps me out knowing that I could have a penis. It's just weird.
It just doesn't make sense to me. So I always laugh at that, and every now and again we'll joke about it, and I'll say to him, remember when we first met? And he goes, yeah, I rescued you from that druid. And I'm like, yeah, you did. You still now.
I admire your dedication, because I did not call for help. It never occurred to me to like talk and chat, but it was
so scary. I'd never done it.
I would just mount.
Upset.
I would mount. This was when I don't remember the transition when you could fly, but I had to be 60, I'm assuming. I was Ramalama Lake in land, and I would just fly up.
That's Oldham, by the way.
It's Ramalama Lake and land, so I would just fly up, and I would hide in the sky and would leave, and my husband would say, why are you not gaming? Because I'm getting killed to death, and I don't want to deal with it, so I'm just going to not. But you got a great lifetime friend and a rogue even, which is interesting.
I know.
Say the least, because I don't like a lot of rogues, so...
Yeah, I've been very lucky to have a couple of rogues come through my leveling life as the warlock. And again, when I was getting ganked in Stranglethorn Vale, another person who became a friend was an undead rogue as well, and he used to shadow me, but he was full on. He was a very big.
I feel like you collect your friends because you're a damsel in distress. I don't know if that's... I'm not trying to put a therapeutic label on it. I'm just saying, like, I feel like...
It's just like, I'm getting ganked. Well, I used to just be like, yeah, getting ganked again in STV. This is awesome. I just want to finish. All I want to do is finish my quest. So, again, that whole PvP server versus, being on a, well...
We know not what we do. I had no idea what it meant.
No clue.
I landed on Argent Dawn because one day I was on the monk... I had a panda monk, and I was getting sick of dying. I just couldn't take it anymore. So, oh no, it wasn't on it was. The panda monk was I was in a guild on Natherzim called the Herbal Ignition. I didn't know what the inference was back then, guys. I was still like...
Wait, what was the guild name?
Herbal Ignition, so I was kind of like a little new to the whole what that inferred. I just thought they liked cilantro. I didn't know what it inferred, right?
Yeah.
But I finally got sick of it, and what I did is I closed my eyes, which is why Argent Dawn is where I landed, because obviously I didn't go very far in the scroll with my eyes closed, and I just, whatever server I clicked on, that's where I started. I started a low level, and then I moved Bell over, and then I moved a couple of my alts over. And I've never looked back since, because it was a whole different, just even the vibe of the server was very different than the PvP server, where I would, not in general chat, but in say chat, when somebody would be right there, I would ask them, very sheepishly for help or direction. They were not very nice people.
Yeah.
Well, through that whole story, what I find interesting, especially with you remembering that guild name, you remembering the rogue name, is I can't remember what I had for fucking breakfast, but I can remember that I can remember that one guy that helped me in Stockades and ran me through there. His name is Windswept, and I don't talk to him. I don't talk to that guy, but I have friends from Wrath that I still talk to, and I mean, it's pretty cool.
I don't know if I put on clean underwear when I got out of the shower this morning, but I can tell you something you did to me 20 years ago that hurt my feelings, and I'll never forget the moment it happened. I agree. I think emotions are weird that way. It's kind of connected. That's a pretty cool story. I like that story. Okay.
10 out of 10.
We've got time for the gauntlet. I'm going to let Rem do the question answer asking the gauntlet, m'lady.
Okay.
While Rem's getting the questions ready for the gauntlet, guys, I want to make sure you go and follow WoW Challenges, which we've done this spiel when we had Stone on, but I want to make sure that you guys go follow her at Leeta WoW, follow her at WoW Challenges, at Adventures in Azeroth. We tried to steal your name because we didn't know it was a thing. We were naming something we were doing, and I was like, oh, just Adventures in Azeroth. It was like a side project we were doing, and then Remzal, you realize that's already a thing, right? I should know that because they're both my friends, but I didn't connect. None of those dots were connecting. But go support. If you've never done an Iron Man toon, go support. Stone is the curator of the Iron Man Challenges website, as is Leeta's they're like a habitational. Well, it's a try thing now, right? Because you guys got a third without making it weird. You got a third.
So it's like an oligarchy now.
She helps, right?
I help. I'm a helper. But yeah, no. Stone and I do the show, and we normally have some guests that has info to whether they're a challenge person.
Yeah, they won't invite me on the show, and Stone told me, even though we're friends, it's because I haven't done the Iron Man and I haven't even started. And I keep promising that I'm going to, but...
I mean, Belle and I are kind of challenged, so...
Got him. Yeah, he's...
Got her in.
I keep promising Stone that I am going to do Iron Man, not to be on the show, but to just...
Well, now that we know that there's a team thing, fuck yeah.
I'm saying, like, we're in. But make sure you guys go follow her. She is an amazing individual and one of the many loves of my life, because, you know, I like to spread myself around. So,
that's how you get herpes.
I'm just saying, like...
I got the questions ready.
I like to make sure that I have plenty in my collection. That's what I'm going to call them.
Nice.
I have a collection of pretty ladies. I just don't know what it is. I just like collecting pretty women. Okay. Rapid fire questions. Okay. You have 60 seconds. We always give people like 4 minutes just because.
Okay.
We don't respect time. And if you know the answer, answer it. If you don't know the answer, just say pass and we will move on. There's no winner. And the points don't matter. This is basically for our own amusement. And that's pretty much all we have to offer you at this point. Okay. Let me know when you're ready. You ready?
Me or her?
Both of you, really. You're good? Rem, you're good? Mm-hmm. And go.
How many primary dragonflights are there?
6.
Okay. Who created the demon soul?
Pass. I should know that.
Why was Illidan originally imprisoned?
Can't remember. Pass.
What race is Lei Shen from Throne of Thunder?
Is the elemental thing?
Sure. What staff did Medivh wield and players could obtain from the Karazhan raid in Burning Crusade?
Pass!
Name 4 of the 6 Shas.
Sha of fear, Sha of anger, Sha of gluttony, and
yes, we got a new Sha! Yes, I'm adding that to the Sha list right now.
Well, she's done freaking out. Who did Thrall name Orgrimmar after?
Ogrim Doomhammer.
Who are the 4 keepers of Ulduar? One of them is a mount.
Yeah, I can't. I can see them! I'm not good with names. Pass.
We got time for one more.
And the last one. Who is the Eredar boss in the Trial of the Crusader? Here's a hint. He's a lord.
I don't remember.
He's the Eredor Lord of the Burning Legion. You faced
Jaraxxus.
Oh, him. Oh, yeah. I just go in and like press flag and he's dead. I just like, well, whatever.
So the Sha of Gluttony.
I don't know.
Ogrim Doomhammer was right. You got 2 of the Shas right. Sha of Gluttony, which that is my Sha. That is not a Sha in the game.
I love that we get a new Sha. The whole reason that is in there is because I like adding new Shas to the collection. Because, like, if I were to do the gauntlet, it would have been like the Sha vanity, because vanity is my favorite sin. So gluttony has been added to the list. Bajira said the Sha of disappointment. Nice. Zaryu said the Sha of rage.
Yeah, it was like the rage
or something.
It was rage or something like that. I mean, that's similar to
Nice.
And of
hatred.
course, Perculia said the Sha of happy.
Sha of happiness. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Answers. Sha.
So there's 5 primary dragonflights: red, blue, green, bronze, black.
Black.
And then created the demon soul, Netherian / Deathwing.
We say demon soul on purpose because I feel like we shouldn't be saying, because it's technically, isn't it the dragon soul?
Yeah.
But we say demon soul so that it doesn't give it away.
And then Illidan was originally imprisoned for stealing the waters from the Well of Eternity.
Yes.
And then Lei Shen is a Mogu.
Oh, yeah.
And then the staff that Medivh wields is the Atiesh.
Oh.
The one with the bird on it.
I think it's
The guardian staff, right? Only the guardians use it?
Yes. Everyone after Eowyn. Yeah. So, one.
Not bad, though. I mean, you're a winner to me with the Sha of Gluttony. Like, this was just my win. That made me really happy. My dear, thank you for coming and joining us. I had so much fun. Much longer episode again than I intended. I don't know why I bother trying to put a time limit, because I always go over. So make sure you go follow her. Do you have anything you would like to say to
I
people?
just want to say, yeah, sure. I just want to say thank you for having me on. It feels like forever since I've really got to talk to you. So it's nice to just have some, one-on-one time.
Stalk
And
you on
Ramsey
Twitter.
too, but yeah.
I silently stalk you on Twitter.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
We're warlocks. We silently stalk people. So it's all good. But thank you so much for having me. It's always a blast. And I can't wait to give you a hug at BlizzCon. I seriously cannot
I can't wait to get you drunk.
Yeah. Yeah, don't drink, darling. That's
At
your
all?
first problem. At all. No. It makes me sick. It's a whole story for another
Now
time.
I'm going to
Yeah.
have to roofie your
Coffee.
taco.
Coffee, darling. Coffee. I'll drink coffee. You drink, I'll drink coffee. So we're all good.
Well, I guess we always need a designated adult.
That's who I am.
I always need a
my
designated adult at BlizzCon, so.
Then that's
family
Tio.
That is Tio. Tio's our
So,
anti-roofie device.
designated party pooper.
No, designated adult. I just need somebody
Yeah,
that can
party
make mature and adult decisions when I am not prepared to.
That's not me.
That's right.
Yeah, it's not me
That's
either,
okay.
so.
That's all right.
That's
I'll be there.
your new
We're all
job.
good.
You're safe because Belle puts half vodka, half mixer in the water bottles. So, yeah.
Nice.
Don't ask me to make a drink because I'm going to really make a drink. Like, I don't want to spend 30 drinks getting to where I'm trying to go. I want to do that shit in 2 drinks. 2 drinks, I want to be good.
See, Callie's got the idea, like I said earlier, Kahlua or Bailey's in your coffee. Call it good.
Yeah. I can't even do that. But
Listen,
I used to. I just can't
Unless
now.
it's $1.99 and it is in a trial size bottle, my budget's not going to allow for it until my car is fixed. But
But we will do Tim Tam Slams, my dear.
oh, yes.
I
that's
will
my-
bring Tim Tams and we will do Tim Tam Slams. So that
The hell's a Tim Tam Slam?
I don't know, but
Well,
I'm in. It's
this
chocolate
way,
and it's
yeah.
got the word slam in it, and it's with a pretty girl. So what could go wrong in this scenario? Possibly.
Alimony.
no, it'll be good. It'll be good.
I'm like, fuck. Can I really afford alimony? But we are going to get out of here. Make sure you guys go support what they're doing over at Iron Man Challenges. It's a big thing. It's a big part of the community. It's nice that these guys have picked up where, others had kind of just let it fall by the wayside many moons ago. And, when Stone reached out, when we were little itty bitty guys, it was nice to, we've kind of cultivated that friendship out of that love. So make sure you go and subscribe to them on Twitch. All the information will be down below if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're listening to this on iTunes, check the description and you shall see all the same information, or you can jump over to PWNCAST.tv and you will see everything you need to see in the episode for all the links to all the social medias.
Wait, we have our own website?
We do have our own website. www.bigkittybooties.com is our website. I'm just kidding, guys.
Please don't look that up.
What if that's a real thing?
Probably.
Bigkittybooties.com if that's a real website.
I don't even want to look it up because it's going to give me a virus.
Man, that is just insane. All right, we're going to go ahead and get on out of here. Thanks so much for giving us your 2.5 hours this week. We appreciate it. Calendar's up on the website for who's coming up. Oh, you guys might not be able to see it. You'll be able to see it on Sunday because the calendar resets. But I have a special surprise for a guest in 2 weeks that I'm waiting for confirmation on a date. It is a request everybody asked me for, and it is 2 people, so I'm excited.
People requested me? Oh my god!
I know they did. But we are gonna get the hell on out of here because I'm getting dumber by the second. And Leeta's somehow getting prettier. I don't even know how that's possible. That's like, hello. We're gonna get on out of here, guys. Bye. Bye. Is that
What was?
I was trying to do like a dance, but I realized that I don't dance. So.
I need to teach you how to do the donkey roll.
It's not that I don't know how to do the donkey roll. It's that trying to figure it out in the situation of the desk at the time the subscribe happens. Like, I just need to...
Get back.
That's more like a bird flap than a donkey roll.
That's a donkey roll. You do
that is a bird flap. Really? You're bird flapping.
And then you do that.
You're bird flapping.
Yeah.
That's like the moonkin, like the boom chicken's like flap.
You don't even know what the donkey roll is.
Hello, I invented the donkey roll.
No,
Connor for real stole the donkey roll from me.
The Style Boys made it.
No, Connor for real stole it from me.
Oh my Jesus Christ!
I'm serious.
Look at that. They fucking flap their arms.